And I agree. Let's have you bring in your laptop. Hi everyone, my name's Andrea. This is the Daily Dyslexic. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, it is so great to see you again. I post videos every Monday and Friday about dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyspraxia, ADHD, pretty much all LDs and ADHD. And I have ADHD, dyspraxia, dyslexia, and dysgraphia. So I got them all. And I love to talk about them. Today our topic is something that's near and dear to my heart. It's kind of the second part in our two-part series. The first is self-advocacy, what is it? So if you haven't already seen that video, I recommend that you go give it a watch so you kind of have a basis for what self-advocacy is. And today I'm going to be kind of running you through how I self-advocate and kind of my self-advocacy workshop. So let's just get it started. When I'm first advocating, there are some steps I take. I first think, who am I advocating to? What am I advocating for? And why am I advocating for that? And then I ask how I can collaborate with who I'm advocating to. So I think it'd be best to run you through some scenarios of how I would advocate in various scenarios. The first scenario is, how would I advocate if I am in a classroom where the teacher has placed me in the back of the seating chart and I cannot focus? So first, I would identify who I'm advocating to. Is this a teacher that I feel is really already aware of my ADHD and really understands it? Is this a teacher that maybe doesn't understand it as well? Is this a teacher that's super busy in the morning or super busy in the afternoon? So particularly for this teacher, I'm going to say that she really seems to be busy before school. So I'm going to come into her room after school to talk to her in a good time where she'll probably be more open to hear what I have to say. Now, what am I advocating for? What would be the best accommodation for me to not be distracted? And for me, that would be to be moved to the front of the classroom. So I'm advocating to be moved up. Why am I advocating for that? I'm advocating because I feel I'll be able to focus best if I'm in the front and I keep getting distracted by Tim's pencil tapping in front of me, and it makes me not able to focus on her, which is my primary task. So now this comes down to our asking. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll run you through a fake thing. I'm going to be both characters in this little scenario. Hi, Miss Sandell. I was wondering if now is a good time to talk. Why, yes it is. I'm rather unbusy. I don't know why she's British. I was just wondering if perhaps I could be moved to the front of the classroom. I'm having a really hard time focusing because, as you may know, I have ADHD, and when Timmy taps his pencil, I get really distracted. So I was thinking a good accommodation for me would be to be moved to the front of the classroom. Now, do you think that would be possible and we could work together to make that happen? Because I'd really love to be focused on what you have to say. Why, yes, I wasn't going to move the seating charts for another 2 weeks, but I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do that. Thank you for talking with me. Now, obviously, that conversation might be a little longer, but I just wanted to show you how I approach advocating. So now I'm going to give you a different scenario and show you what I would do in that scenario too, because I think it'd be really helpful just to kind of see the way I do it and how it's worked for me, and you can modify this to work best for you. This is just an example of what I find to work really well. Okay, so here's our second scenario. I use a laptop for most writing assignments, and I have a writing assignment coming up in Miss Peterson's class, and I would like to ask if I can use my assistive technology for this time. So, let's investigate. Who? Miss Sanderson. She is a teacher that often isn't there before or after school, but we have a 15-minute break, and this seems like a great time to ask her. Now, what are we asking? I'm asking if I could please use my laptop on our next in-class write assignment. And why am I asking? Well, I have dysgraphia, and when I'm trying to write handwritten, it slows down my cognitive process, and I'm not able to express myself as easily as I usually am. So I'm going to be asking her because I know I could show her more of my knowledge for our in-class write. Now I need to ask. I need to ask politely, and I need to ask if she feels this is something we could make happen. So here we go. Hi, Miss Sandell. Is now a good time? Sure is, partner. This one's country. What can you do? I was just wondering, I know we have an in-class test coming up, and as you may know, I have dysgraphia, and when I'm handwriting, it sometimes can slow my cognitive process. And for the in-class write, I really wanted to be able to show you all that I know about our scientific topic. And that would be easiest to do if we use my accommodation of having a laptop. Would it be all right if I use one of the school computers or bring in my own laptop? Do you think that's something that could be possible, an arrangement that we can make? Well, I don't know about that. What if the other kids get distracted? This is because you may run into road bumps. Well, what I was thinking is maybe I could sit at a different table, or I think it should be fine since they'll all be looking at their paper, and I'll be mostly typing in Word, and I'm not going to be on anything distracting because it'll just be what I'm writing. I guess you're right, and it's silly to think that your accommodation is less important than the distraction of others, and I agree. Let's have you bring in your laptop. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you working with me. It means so much to me. End scene. As you can see, sometimes you run into road bumps, and what's best is to be very polite. I know that can be hard sometimes when you're feeling frustrated or you run into a teacher that's particularly snarly, but this is an okay time to find your resources. For example, if you're in college and you're running into a professor that's not doing your accommodations that you're required to have, that's when you can reach out to your disability services. If you're in elementary school, middle school, or high school, if you have tried to advocate yourself and it's not working, that's a great time to talk to a parent or a support person in your life, whoever your adult is at home that can possibly help you. Advocating to them and telling them what's going on is great. And you can actually use advocating in all elements of your life. Like sometimes you might need to advocate at your work if you need a distraction-reduced work environment. Maybe your cubicle is in the middle and it's not working very well for you. There's a lot of different areas that we need to advocate in, and I find it super great if you follow the who, why, what, and ask. And don't forget to be polite. I hope that these have been helpful for you. If you'd like to see more scenarios, or if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me or leave them down below. If you would like some practice scenarios, practice advocating, I've written out a lot of them and I would be happy to send them to you via email. If you would like to practice at home, any help I can be to you, let me know. I would love to help. Advocacy is my biggest passion and I think my biggest reason I've been successful. So please let me know. Leave a comment down below if you like this video, like it. Look forward to our Friday Fidget review on Friday. Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget that you are awesome. Goodbye now.